Hi and hello, welcome to online biology class because of Ideal&Adharsh Educational Institution and the UR. I am Sadish Kumar going to take down the topic regarding the topic of origin and evolution of life. Unit number 19, Biological Science of 10th Standard portion. So today's topic we are going to be seeing about theories of evolution. From the first topic we are seeing about basic things and introduction, the evidence of evolution we are seeing in the last classes. So today classes we are seeing about theories of evolution. So the two important theory which can be explained about the theories of evolution, number one is called Lamarckism and number two is called Darwinism. So the Lamarckism which is proposed by Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, and by the same time the Darwinism which is proposed by Charles Darwin. So these are the two theory which can be give the basic idea regarding the evolution of life, and the origin of life belongs to the mankind as well as in the all types of organism, which is explained very clearly regarding the topic of evolution. So let us enter into the topic. What are the principles? What are the idea which is given by the two interesting person? One is called Lamarck and another one is called Darwin. Let us enter into this video. What are the things they are proposed regarding this topic? So the life had evolved a long evolution of the earth toward the 18th century. So the life had evolved. That means the blending of evolution takes place on the 18th century in this world. So evolution is the gradual changes occurring in the life organism over a period of time. So what is evolution? Two mark question. Evolution is a gradual change occurring the living organism. Suddenly it will not be takes place. It is a slow process and it will be takes millions of years or hundreds of years. After that time only they are having a small changes. And next one, the formation of the new species due to the changes in the specific character over the several generations as response the natural selection is called evolution. Another definition of evolution, if any kind of a small changes which is takes place in the organism, it will be take several generation, which means 5 generation or 6 generation or 7 generation. It will be take long time. After that only the small changes is takes place on the particular species. And next one, a natural changes occurring the explained through the theory of proposed by Lamarck and Darwin. So the natural changes which is exposed to by the two interesting person, one is called Lamarck, another one is called Charles Darwin. They are proposing the interesting theory of natural changes. What are the changes? We will see later. And first one we are seeing about the Lamarckism. So the Lamarckism, the Jean-Baptiste Lamarck in the year of 1744 to 1829 was a French naturalist, well known his theory of evolution. First theory of natural evolution is proposed by Lamarck. And Lamarck theory is a evolution published by the Philosophic Zoology. It is a 1 mark question, which the book name is called Philosophic Zoology. In the year of 1809, the Lamarck he can give some basic idea for his book. The book name is called an Philosophic Zoology, and it is popularly known as theory of inheritance of acquired character. So inheritance of acquired character means we are getting some kind of new character for our need, or if it is not needed, so that is called an acquired character, or use and disuse theory, or Lamarckism. All are the same name. The diagram which is given for the great person Lamarck, and the principles of Lamarckism. So the Lamarck he can create some kind of basic principle for his theory. First one, environmental changes. So the new organisms are formed because of environmental changes. The environment is totally changed due to the natural disasters or any kind of change which takes place in this earth. And second one, need for new structure. Then after the disaster, they are creating some kind of new structure. So depending upon the new structure, the formation of variety of organism, development of new structure, then the new organism is formed. It is slowly developed. So that is called development of new organism, which is depending upon two category: organs of use, organs disuse. Organ use means the particular organ is continuously used by one type of organism. Organs of disuse means the particular type of organ is not used for long term or several generation. Then organs of use, the inheritance of adaptive characters. For example, we are seeing the long neck of giraffe. It is an inheritance of adaptive character. Then origin of new species, which means the next generation or several after several generation, the long-necked giraffe is formed in this earth. Then organs of disuse, the degeneration of the structure. Particular type of organ which is not used for a long time. We will see the kiwi bird. They are not using the wings. What will be happen after several generations? The wing is degenerated by the kiwi. Let us enter into the principle. Then internal vital force, the living organism or their component spartan is increased, the size is continuously, so continuously using the particular organ is increasing. It increases the size due to the inherent ability of the organism. It is depending upon the ability of organism. If the organism does not have the ability, the particular organ cannot be increasing the size. Second one, environment and new need. The change in the environment brings about the changes in the need of organism. If the environment change, automatically the organisms are also adapted and change. In response to the changing the environment, the organism develop a certain adaptive characters. So once the environment is changed, the organism try to switch over to the particular type of environment. What would be happen? Suddenly they are changing their character. That is called adaptive character. And the adaptation of the organism may be in the form of development of new part of the body. So what will be happen? So if the polar bear which was struggle to fighting on the polar region, what will be happen? The dense hairs are formed from the organism. So it is a development of new organ in the part of the body. And use and disuse theory, Lamarck's use and disuse theory states that organ is continuously used, the organ developed and get strengthened. When the organ is not used for a long time, it is gradually degenerated. Again, I told you, the organ we are continuously using, they are get strengthened. The organ which is not continuously used, it is gradually degenerated. So the ancestor of the giraffe were provide a short neck and a short forelimb. The necks are very short and leg also short. Due to the shortage of grasses, they were forced to need the feed the leaves on from the trees. Then the continuous strengthening of their neck, the forelimb is resulted development of long neck and long forelimb, which is the example of a constant use of an organ. The degenerated wing of kiwi is an example of organ disuse. We will see that small necked giraffe and long necked giraffe. This is the diagrammatic representation of kiwi bird. They does not having any kind of wing. The wing is slowly degenerated because it is not used for long time. And the theory of inheritance of acquired character, when there is a change in their environment, the animal respond to the change, they develop the adaptive structures. So the character developed by the animals during their lifetime, the response to the environmental changes is called acquired character. What is acquired character? Two more question. The organism change or recovered some of the character. Depending upon the requirement, the organism is adapted. Once it is adopted, means the character was passed on with the next generation. This is called an acquired character. According to the Lamarck, the acquired characters are transmitted from the offspring by the process of inheritance. It is clear very clearly. So the character, once the parent getting the character is transmitted with the offspring by means of the progeny is called inheritance. And the next theory we will see in that Darwinism, the theory of natural selection or Darwinism, both are same. The theory of natural selection and Darwinism, which is proposed by Charles Darwin. Then it is a long answer question. Charles Darwin from the year of 1809 to and 1882 was born on a great naturalist and philosopher in the 18th century. He was born in England in 1809 while studying the colleges through his friendship with the Professor J.S. Heslow. He was a fascination towards this nature. And at the time of a British administration planned the voyage of explorers of 5 years on the ship named HMS Beagle around South America. Then Dr. Henslow was asked to nominate a young naturalist for his voyage. Darwin was given this opportunity. During his 5 year, the one mark question in the year of 1831 to 1835 voyage, he visited many parts of the world, a number of Iceland, including Galapagos Island and Pacific Island. That Darwin made elaborate observation on the nature of land, parts, and animals and regions are visited. He further worked a period of 20 years, developed a theory of natural selection. He is visited with only 5 years, but the ideas are explained. It will be take around 20 years. After the 20 years, he was proposed a theory or developed the theory of natural selection. Then Darwin published his observation and conclusion in the name of the book Origin of Species in the year of 1859. The book of Darwin dominant Darwin is demonstrated a fact of evolution. It is elaborated theory of natural selection for the evolutionary transformation and the principles of Darwinism, then he will give some kind of basic idea. Number one, overproduction. So each and every type of organism, the food chain, the grass are depending upon a grasshopper. Grasshoppers are depending upon the frogs are depending upon the snake, the snakes are depending upon this eagle. It is a food chain. If anyone is break from this particular periods, the particular species are increasing their number. That is called overproduction. Struggle for existence. So each and every type of organism day to day life, they are facing the problem to the existing on their life variation. Then each and every type of organism, they are having some kind of variation. That is a species variation, genera variation, and interspecific variation, intrageneric variation. So depending upon this variation, the two criteria are proposed by Charles Darwin. Number one, organism is eliminated from the environment. They are not facing the problem, they are eliminating the environment. The example is a dinosaur. If it is in the world based on the natural selection, survival of the fittest, inheritance of acquired character, and gradual accumulation of favorable character, origin of new species. So overproduction, living beings have the ability to reproduce more individual from their own progeny. Each and every type of organism, they are having ability. You will see the dog at the time they are producing with 8 to 10 puppies. In the pig also produced more number of young ones. They have the capacity to multiply the geometrical manner, so well increasing the reproduction potential, leading to the overproduction. If they are having a more number of production, we can see that the puppies are very small, dogs are small, no problem. We will see and imagine the elephant at the time of single birth. The elephant can be produced with 10 elephant. What it will be happen? Then the entire world is occupied with the elephant. The size of the elephant is very big. There will be a problem for the particular geographical manner. And second one, the survival of the existence due to the overproduction. The geometric ratio is increasing, the population occur. The phase of the living and the food available, the organism remains same. Only one thing, the place and the food are same, but the number of the accumulator or consumer is more. And this creates the intense the competition among this organism for the food and the face, leading the struggle for the three types. Then intraspecific struggle, competition among the individual of the same species from the grassland, the struggle between the deers. Then the interspecific struggle, the competition between the organism in the different species living together, grass and cow, and giraffe and zebra, horse and zebra, or buffalo and zebra, they are having the problems. And environmental struggle, the natural condition like extreme heat, cold, drought, and floods can be affect the existence of the organism. Due to the various environmental struggle, the organism getting a problems. And third one, we are seeing about the variation, the occurrence of variation in the characteristic feature for all plants and animals. Small variation is important for evolution. So each and every type of organism, they are having a small variation. The small variation also play the vital role for the evolution. And according to Darwin, favorable variation are useful to the organism, and unfavorable variation are harmful or useless to the organism. So it is a useful variation is a small variation, and an unuseful variation is called harmful variation. Then survival of the fittest or natural selection. During the struggle for existence, the organism which can be overcome the challenging situation, survive and adapt to the surrounding environment. So based on this survival of the fittest, they are adapting with the environment. And the organisms which are unable to face the challenges are unfit to survive the disappear. The process of selection of the organism with favorable variation is called natural selection. So the small variation also done in the better selection for the natural selection. Then origin of species, according to the Darwin, a new species originated by the gradual accumulation of favorable variation for a number of generations. So the small variation also leads to the formation of new organism. According to that Darwin, new species is originated by the gradual accumulation of a favorable variation for the number of generation. So thank you very much. If you are like this video, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.